So, hello everyone. I'm going to take you through a 10-minute visual coaching method. This is Linda here, and today's method is to help you work through polarities or tensions. So, when you're being pulled or there's competing demands in your time, conflicting demands on what you do next. So, the process I'm going to take you through starts off with some journaling and then involves some drawing and then some reflective activity. So here's how you work through it. I'm just going to bring up the basic instructions. So the step one is to do some journaling. So choose a journaling method that you're used to or that you'd like to try out and spend 3 minutes writing about the situation that you're feeling in conflict about or that you're feeling tension within. You might want to just pause this video and do that writing now if you want to carry on along with me. But not, you can always do it afterwards. Second stage is to sit back and read the words that you've written. Try not to over process them at this point, just let them sink in and notice what you notice. Step 3, circle or underline what stands out from your journaling. Anyone who's done ULAB or any form of generative scribing or journaling, will probably recognise this from Otto Sharma and the work of Kelvin Bird as well. So yeah, just circle and underline what stands out. It might be repeating themes, it might be significant, it might be breakthroughs, maybe something you disagree with. There's something about, even innocuous words that you repeated over and over and over again, that something about your subconscious sending you a little message that reflecting and reading back over can give you an opportunity to tap into. And then from that, pull out 3 points of focus. So this might be tensions. It might be 3 things you're trying to juggle at the same time. It could be 3 activities that are in competing demand. Just something where there's a tightness or a tension or some form of polarity. But 3 points of focus. And I'm just going to take these off the screen so I can now show you the activity. I'm just going to add another layer in. So if you have a note of those 3 things that you want to work in and explore your relationship to it with, I'm on the red pen, open to black, draw an equilateral triangle on your bit of paper. It doesn't have to be exact, just close enough. And take each of your points of focus and put one at each apex. So for me, it might be eating, sleeping, working. There is more to my life than this, but for the purpose of this exercise, we'll use those. So what's quite interesting is the first step is just notice what you've put at the apex and notice what you've put in the bottom left-hand corner and the bottom right-hand corner. What we tend to do unconsciously is put something that's got primacy for us. I didn't think about that before I did this. At the top, so the cherry on the cake for me is eating. The second thing that's on your mind will tend to go to the sleeping position, and the thing that you're holding least in primacy that's coming third will come to the bottom right hand corner. Now that is a natural sort of left to right Western society, I guess sort of white centric approach to writing and drawing. So just notice that, and if you come from a different cultural background, you might have approached that in a different way. So bring that lens to how you have written that down. But just notice that. A really important thing in using systems like this for understanding yourself is to notice what you do, but also to sit with the truth that no point in this system is more important or can exist without the other. So whatever you put at the top or the bottom, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just a case of noticing that you've given that primacy. So that's the first stage in the process. Note down what you notice. Second stage in the process is to locate yourself in relationship to this field. So if you think about the triangle as a field of play, where would you be standing in it? And there's no right or wrong place to be. There only is where you are. and where you want to move to. Okay, that's the only two positions that are really of any interest in this. So notice if you're calling some judgment into this. So that is that you're projecting that judgment onto yourself. That's not coming from anywhere else other than from your relationship to this process. And you might be maybe an opportunity to be kind to yourself. So if you just take your finger and hover it over and around the triangle, where would you place your finger that feels true to you, to where you are in the here and now? So for me, I'm just going to draw a little circle there. So just take a moment and find your place. You can use your finger because you can move it all over the place, and just settle on a place that feels true to you. Leave it there for a few seconds and just check. Does that seem right? Does it feel true? If it isn't, move your finger. No harm, no foul. And once you've got to a point where you feel pretty settled, mark it on the paper. The second stage in this is to put some directionality into this. So if you were that little dot, this is like looking at you from above down on a map, what position would you be in? Where would you be looking? Okay. So right in the here and now, I'll be really honest, I'm kind of looking like that. So it's Sunday, I've been working all week. I've been working this weekend actually because I had a special job on. And I've very much been in the working zone, but you know what? I'm starting to lose my focus because I'm hungry, so I can notice that my attention is drifting round towards eating. But I've not been eating very thoughtfully. I've been, sitting cramming rice cakes in my face just to keep myself going. And actually, sleeping, I'm feeling pretty tired. So sleeping is right in my back. I'm really not paying attention to it. So now you can see how directionality starts to help me unpick the narrative of where I am in relationship to these things. And they very much feel like they compete for my attention because I spent a lot of last year trying to get healthy and sleeping well, and I've kind of let that drift. So I'm really keen to get that back. But, I'm just not there yet. So once you've got your position and your directionality, and again, take time to get it right. There's no right or wrong here. Just take your time. The question I'm going to ask for you is, what do you notice in terms of your relationality to eating, sleeping, working, in my case, your true apex? Take some time to note that down. What you're noticing about what you're looking at, what you're not looking at, and the impacts of that. Next thing to do, what would one step to better be? So for me, it's about turning around, looking directly at eating, and deciding to make an intentional choice about something healthy that's going to help me concentrate, going to help me sleep. It means that hopefully tomorrow that working will be off of this triangle and taking some activity is going to be on it. Okay, so I'm just going to use red to mark my one step to better. I would like to get a little bit, just one step, into more balance and focus on my eating as an agent for unlocking the productivity of my work and sleeping. So that's the invitation to do that. If you'd like to do a little adaptation, you want to take this on a bit, or if there's other key players in this field. So my elderly Labrador, who is gets me up through the night and is disturbing my sleep, I might want to position her into this because she's taking up quite a lot of my time. My children, yeah, my relationships at work, so I might put a colleague on here. I'll just choose a different colour. So yeah, I'm just thinking about where is my working partner at the moment. They might be much more balanced in terms of position. And also looking at work, yeah. So when I put that on, I notice an opportunity that I can maybe partner with them. They could help me in making that shift and kind of coach me through this. Yeah. So you can start to place other people on this diagram if you want to. So that's the basics. Journaling, triangle, positioning, reflection. And just as we finish out, I just wanted to credit that this basic mapping process comes from the work of John Whittington, and you can read more about it in his book, Coaching Constellations. I hope you enjoy it. Bye.